theory of meaning, Russell. Joining with logical positivism, Russell tried to construct a universal formal language. His emphasis is on the notion of reality of discrete things. Even though Russell is recognized as one of the pioneers of language philosophy, he did not hesitate to accept the possibility of expressing metaphysical notions in a formal language. He used the theory of description to cut away what he thinks is unnecessary metaphysics, not to cut away metaphysics itself. According to Russell, it is impossible to disapprove the existence of the non-reality of entities like the gods of Olympics. Such assertions arise from the belief that if a word means something, there must be something that it means. An indefinite description describes nothing. For example, the statement, "I met a man," in fact describes nothing. Russell concludes that the grammatical structure of a sentence may not actually reveal its logical structure. For example, the present king of France is bald and the present secretary of USA is bald. In the above statements, the first one is false because it asserts the existence of the king of France who does not exist in fact. The second statement would be true because the subject term refers to something that exists in fact. Here, Russell concludes with a question: how can a sentence about nothing be significant? Russell argued that an entity for logic should be representative of an entity in the real world. So, logic cannot admit a unicorn unless zoology does it. In order to overcome this limitation of logic created by Russell's theory of definite description, Meinong conceived ideal objects and argued that we can make true propositions even about the concepts like the round square. But Russell never agreed with Meinong in holding that how a thing is, so sane, is independent of its being sane. Denotation is the property of the form of an expression. The three forms include denoting one definite object, England; denoting yet not anything particular, the present king of France; denoting ambiguously a man. The problem of denoting is very important in theory of knowledge. There are statements known to us only by description and not by acquaintance. Example, astronomical facts. His principle of the theory of denoting states that denoting phrases never have any meaning in themselves, but that every preposition in which they occur has a meaning. Russell discusses at length the question, how can a non-entity be the subject of a preposition? With reference to the Cartesian dictum, I think, therefore I am. Russell says that from this preposition, it is only evident that I am the subject of a preposition, therefore I am. He concludes against Meinong that to admit being also sometimes lead to contradictions. Russell makes a distinction between primary and secondary occurrences and concludes that in the case of primary occurrences, all prepositions about the king of France are false. The denials of such prepositions are true in which the king of France has a secondary occurrence. Hence, in the case of non-entities, the denoting phrases are those which do not denote anything. Proper names are those terms which can only occur as subjects in prepositions. They are names of individuals, particular objects. The things which appear to be individuals really are individuals, and those which appear to be proper names really are proper names. Any word which do not refer to a real individual cannot be a name, although it may look so. It is not a name but a disguised description.